Thursday, February 6, 2020. I'm your Ella V, and these are the Cryptosphere's top stories for today. Coin is up. The bulls are stomping with prices of the top cryptos surpassing 3-month highs. North Korean hacker turned out to be behind last year's elaborate DragonEx scam. And later, blockchain and the coronavirus, a challenge, but also an opportunity. Coin is up, as the pros like to say. Bitcoin rose 4% on the day yesterday, and at its peak, it saw a $600 climb, marking a 3-month high. Altcoins had their bullish rise as well, with Ethereum closing at 200. Is bull season back, is the question. To try and figure out the elusive answer to that, I'm joined in studio by BLOCKTV's senior correspondent, Asher Westrup-Evans. Asher, what's going on?
All right, let's break down a few of these different parts that you've addressed just here. So firstly, is the bull season back? Are we back on the full bull run? Well, certainly looking towards the charts here, El, that's what it looks like. I've got the Bitcoin US dollar chart up here, and looking over the last few days, we've seen that spectacular run play out. Been trading in a little bit of a flat zone, but you can see over the last 24 hours, a beautiful surge from around that sort of 9,250 mark all the way up to 725, a slight pullback, but it seems to be, just steps on the way up, higher and higher and higher. Something that certainly we can see, playing out in this aesthetic.
I know it's a bit off issue. I'm almost tempted to ask, what is Tesla doing? Because we touched on it yesterday.
Yeah, so Tesla had an interesting day, that after talking about the magic of that bull run and a bubble that might burst, it burst. Down 21% yesterday, right. So we'll see where that one goes.
But back to Bitcoin.
Back to Bitcoin. Now, moving over to Ethereum, we can see as well, because as you addressed in the second part of your question, alt season is really in the mix here. We've had, you say it closed yesterday at 200, already at 210 now. Ethereum is just constantly hitting new local highs, absolutely booming along with so many other altcoins out there in the market. Really massive growth. We've seen XRP is growing at a massive rate. Bitcoin Cash also, BSV, all the sort of top 10 coins seeing incredible growth. And that classic trait of an alt season, massive spikes in certain coins throughout the market as little speculative bubbles boom and burst throughout, not necessarily tied to any specific event. That is sort of seen as indicative of an alt season. People are getting excited. They want to invest out in the space. And we can really see that playing out in the longer term. If we pull up this chart here, which is the Bitcoin market dominance over time. So I've got this pulled back all the way through sort of 2018 and 2019, and then all the way up till now 2020. And we saw over 2019, that was a year of Bitcoin. Really, the dominance just surged all the way up to about 73%. But now, if we look over to this side of the chart here, we can see just in the last little bit, we've had that real pullback down, and Bitcoin is now back down around the 65% mark in terms of overall market dominance. It's powerful stuff, and analysts are really taking notice of this, including our very own Joe Saz, who had this to say earlier this week.
As long as all we're getting are shakeouts and then a return to, a nice, reasonable price area like the mid 9,000s, 9,400, that's great to me. So I remain bullish, and my target remains 9,800. Hopefully, I'm hoping, I might be very optimistic here, but I'm hoping that we break 10K this week.
Thank you, Asher Westrup-Evans, for this report. Now, the infamous North Korean-backed hacking collective Lazarus Group is believed to have been behind last year's elaborate hack of cryptocurrency exchange DragonEx. The hack to the tune of roughly $7 million in crypto. Crime reporter Yona Hochhauser is here with us with the details that have come out about the sophisticated scam of, time pass, so to speak. Yona, what is the latest?
Right, yeah. So the hack happened last year, March 2019, to the tune of $7 million worth of various crypto. That's what we knew. But according to a new chain analysis report, we got new information on how elaborate that hack actually was, the links to which the state-sponsored hackers and Lazarus Group by North Korea, what they went. They made a fake website for a product called WFC Proof, which is a fake trading bot that they used to target DragonEx employees. Said, hey, we have this great product, use it. And if you look at the website there, you see they even went as far as to warn them about the dangers of trusting people in the sphere. It says, beware fake accounts that look like decentral but aren't. We never asked for your backup phrase. These are common things you see in reputable crypto companies. So it's funny that they went kind of throw them off the scent of the trail. But that's not the only thing that the report found on the Lazarus Group. Historically, the Lazarus Group has been behind a lot of hacks and a lot of scams, but they have kind of instead of cashing out their crypto immediately, they've kind of taken a waiting approach. And they've waited a year or two until kind of people forgot about those stolen funds and then cashed them out. What they're doing now, though, is they're actually expediting that process. They're immediately taking the stolen funds using coin mixers. So as authorities cannot track them, and then immediately cashing them out for fiat money. And that's the main difference here.
The main difference. That said, as we said, an update on that story. Thank you, Yona Hochhauser, for that report. The deadly effects of the coronavirus are continuing to spread, now with the death toll climbing to 565 at the time of this taping, and confirmed cases close to 30,000 across 25 countries. The outbreak is affecting nearly all industries. Blockchain is no exception. BLOCKTV's Zaki Hennessy's report provides details on how blockchain developers are trying to help solve this crisis.
As the deadly coronavirus spreads throughout Asia and the rest of the world, the blockchain industry is among those affected. In one sense, the blockchain industry is benefiting from the widespread fear, with investors running to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as safe haven assets. On the other hand, though, the threat of the virus is sending Asia into lockdown, and this is reflected in the delays and outright cancellations of cryptocurrency conferences throughout the continent. Among those impacted are Hong Kong Blockchain Week 2020, Token 2049, and Binance Blockchain Week Vietnam, all of which have been postponed for now. In light of the negative impact, though, the blockchain industry is doing what it can to help Asia bounce back. Binance CEO CZ has tweeted that the company is doing what it can to assist in the efforts on the ground in China, and high-tech blockchain company Hyperchain has launched a platform that will enable the easy tracking and coordination of supplies, resources, and donations, which for some could mean the difference between life and death. Zaki Hennessy for BLOCKTV.
The upcoming court case between the SEC and Telegram over the social media giant's $1.7 billion ICO does not appear to be halting its development of the platform in question. The messaging app company revealed more details about the technical specifications underpinning its TON blockchain in a new white paper released on Wednesday and signed by co-founder Nikolai Durov. The new document lays out the details of Telegram Open Network's consensus mechanism named CatChain. The proposed solution is a Byzantine fault-tolerant proof-of-stake algorithm. The network is currently only active in testnet mode as all eyes turn to New York. Then the February 18th trial date across from the SEC. Former Banque de France Governor Christian Noyer suggested that a consumer-focused central bank digital currency could still be 10 years away, a statement that casts a shadow on the CBDC global race that is being led by China and then some. Joined in studio by BLOCKTV's reporter Ron Spitzer. And Ron, at the time when CBDCs are supposed to be all the rage and post-Davos global banks taking a lead on it, why is Noyer saying what he's saying?
Right. So let's kind of understand the scale here. He's saying that this despite the fact that there's interest in a CBDC development from over 50 central banks following the announcement of Libra, of course, and the decline of the use in cash is another reason, because we can't just say Libra. Noyer further predicts that digital payments between commercial banks will actually happen fairly soon, and that central banks will be looking to what commercial banks actually are doing for themselves rather than upsetting the scales, so to speak. So basically that this will lead to a digital currency for wholesale payments systems between central and commercial banks as opposed to for consumer use. Right now, his exact quote here, he doesn't think this will happen for a while, right? So saying, quote, whether they will enact the project in the next 10 years remains to be seen. I don't think we are close to the departure lounge, but the fact that they want to study it means a lot of work will continue this year. So, studying, a lot of work, a lot of whiles.
Which, is fair. That said, I'm wondering if they're all going to change their minds once China launches its own CBDC, but who knows?
Perhaps.
We've heard these arguments before.
Right.
Is there a solution?
Right. So actually, very recently, Christine Lagarde, president of the ECB, has been saying actually the opposite, right? That the ECB wants to play an active role in the development of cryptocurrencies. The undertone of that kind of, continuing this we're studying it narrative seems to be in play. But then the most interesting part of that statement is this next part where she said that this should neither discourage nor crowd out private market-led solutions for
she's
retail
opening this up.
payments. Exactly.
Okay.
She's saying it's for other people. So in early January as well, right? Jens Weidmann, ECB policymaker, was saying we're not going to do a digital euro. So a lot of conflicting statements, but we did get to speak to Gregory Klumov, CEO of Stasis, one such company that creates the digital euro, and he had some great insights as to if the ECB should even have such a thing or what the consequence of that is. Let's take a look.
There'll be private companies who will go for this product and they will compete for their customers the same way as banks, commercial banks are competing for their customers. And if you read the latest publication by ECB, it's written there in black and white that ECB cannot face a final customer. It cannot provide this last mile, because otherwise commercial banks will lose customers overnight, because their product, say account, is insured only up to €100 of the balance. But if a customer gets a chance to have an account with ECB, he would immediately switch from a commercial banking relationship. So ECB will live and die, like any central bank, will live and die by their mandate, and their mandate is not to innovate and create last mile payment channels for consumers.
And it's time for Troll of the Day. Today, Zachy Hennessy is here with a tongue-in-cheek take on the Twitter Bitcoin emoji by maximalist John Carvalho from Bitrefill. Zachy, my dear boy, take it away.
That's absolutely correct, Yael. So everybody's been getting all hot and bothered about the Twitter and the Bitcoin hash flag. Basically, when you tweet at hashtag BTC or hashtag Bitcoin, Twitter throws a little B into the bag for free. Well, John Carvalho tweets to let us know that we shouldn't be sleeping on all the other great emoji offerings that Twitter's got available. It seems like the gang's all here after all. You got the Roger Ver Classic, you got the dump, you got the bots, you got the clowns. Everybody's in town and ready to celebrate the hash flag party.
Okay, I love the little, well, never mind. Zachy, thank you so much for the support. This is, of course, Around the Block for today. Don't forget to check us out today and every day and tomorrow and on blocktv.com.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter